Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I am doing a fun one in the realm of fashion, luxury type. I am doing my 1-year update on my Gucci Marmont in the small size. So if you want to kind of hear my thoughts on this bag and my wear and tear after a year of owning, as well as what fits inside and what I keep inside, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I actually purchased this, I think, exactly a year ago from when I'm filming this. I'm filming this on May 2nd, and I believe I got this in Paris last year on either May 2nd or May 3rd of 2019. So I did save a decent amount of money on this because I got it over in Europe, and you get about 12% back in the VAT tax. So this is a really good deal. I actually was going over there with the intent to buy the Gucci Soho Disco, which is still one of my dream bags. But the main reason I ended up going with this one is because, for one, I do love the Marmont look. I felt like this one is also a little bit more like dressy, even though, I mean, you can totally dress up the Gucci Soho Disco if you wanted. But I also think it was a better deal at the time. Like, there was a decent savings on the Soho Disco as well, but I think the savings on this one was just a little bit better compared to buying it here in the US than the Soho Disco. So I went with this one, and I got it in black because black is literally like my whole wardrobe, my favorite color. This can go with everything. So I have pretty much been using this bag non-stop since I got it, only switching out here and there. Now I will say for the last month I have been using my Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM. I've had that bag for about 3.5 years. I plan to do an update on that as well. That was my first ever luxury bag, and really actually I only have these two as far as bags go. So anyway, I've had this for a year. I've used it pretty exclusively for the last year, other than, you know, here and there switching to my Neverfull or other like lower end bags if I'm going somewhere that I don't want to bring this. Now, of course, when I first got this, I babied the heck out of it. I was so scared for anything to happen to it because it is a lot of money at the end of the day, even if you are saving money when you buy in Europe. But honestly, I had started to like get over the newness of it, and I really started just to use it. This thing has fallen in the floor of my car. It's been hit up against a wall before, and honestly, I am really, really impressed with how good this looks. Let me show you up close. As you can see, the leather really has no major creasing. It still has the puff to it. The hardware looks incredible. The piping is still amazing. The seams or the stitching is all still good. I don't think there's even a single scratch on the hardware. Let me try to show you up really close. I mean, it still looks pristine. I mean, even the chain over here, the chain here, it is a fully leather strap other than the chain here, which I do like how it's only partially a chain and then it goes to leather. It is adjustable. I'm pretty sure I have it on the shortest one. Now I will say one con about this bag does have to do with the strap. As you can see, this extra bit has curled up, and the reason for that is that they put this thing, you know, where you kind of loop it through, they put it too high up, honestly. I guess if you were to have this on the lowest or the highest setting, then it probably wouldn't be an issue, but I almost feel like they should have moved it down just a little bit, or even had like a second one. But I guess I understand where they went with it, because if you do have it on the highest strap, if you are taller, then it would probably be too low. So that's the only thing, and as you see, it curls up because when you wear it, you know, sometimes I'll have the strap will be against me or it'll be like rolling up, but honestly that's not something that bothers me about this bag really. I mean, yes, would I like to have this be like flat? Of course. Do I think about it ever? No. Like, I literally don't, it doesn't ever cross my mind when I'm wearing the bag. I absolutely love this. I really love this bag, honestly. It's definitely one of my like favorite pieces. I mean, again, I only have 2 luxury purses, but I'm really happy with this purchase. You know, as you can see, the top also looks good. The zipper runs really smooth. On the back here, you have another GG stitch, which sometimes I will wear the bag on this side if I want it to be a little bit more understated. But even on this side, as you can see, everything looks good. And this is the side that's always against me, usually. I mean, like I said, sometimes I do wear it the other way. The only thing I can say that I notice on this side is there is, actually, oh, there's like one little thread that looks like maybe it's coming up, but it's not even, like, the stitching is fine there. It's almost like it's just like an extra little piece of string that maybe got put there, because it's not like it's coming undone or anything like that. And I just don't mess with it, you know, I'm not gonna cut it or do anything like that. Now, the one thing I will say that if you do get this bag, and I want you to keep in mind, that if you do wear this actually crossed body, like against your side, what can end up happening, and this is with any, like, I've heard about this with the Gucci Soho Disco as well, is that this part will start to kind of fold inward a little bit. It'll start to like curve to your body. So a lot of times when I do wear this bag, I will wear it cross body, right? But I wear it in the front because then it's flat against me, you know, it's not getting the curve of my hip. So that is one little tip I have. Now, sometimes I do definitely throw it to the side or I throw it behind me, depending on what I'm doing. But if I am just casually walking around, a lot of times I will just keep it in front of me crossbody. And I don't really wear it on just one shoulder. I mean, if I'm just going from like my house to the car or something like that, I will just put it on one shoulder rather than having to do this and take it off. But when I'm walking around with the bag, I generally wear it across the body, but it works as a shoulder carry as well. Now, let me show you. The zipper is so smooth, it works easy, and I like how this is just like two little leather bits, whereas like the Soho Disco, the pull is a tassel. However, I absolutely love that bag and I have been wanting it for years. I definitely have it high up on my wish list. I am going to be posting like a luxury wish list video. It's pretty big wish list, but I thought it'd be fun just to kind of like record like what my current wish list is, because even as I've been keeping track of like the luxury items that I want, they have changed over the years, and especially since I got this bag. Now, like I said, my first luxury bag was a Neverfull in the MM size, which is the medium one. And I had wanted that bag for years. I have loved purses and luxury like purses, Louis Vuitton especially, since I can remember back, honestly. Now, of course, when I was younger, I didn't have these things. I didn't get my Louis Vuitton until I was an adult. I think I was like 19 and my boyfriend helped me get it. He paid for half of it, which was so sweet. But, you know, I didn't get that till I was an adult. When I was a kid, like, getting a Coach bag was insane to me, and I did get gifted a couple as I was growing up, and I absolutely loved those bags, and I just have kind of evolved now into Louis Vuitton, Gucci. I would love to have a YSL. But anyway, where I was getting with this is my first bag was the Neverfull, because I was very much a big bag, tote bag kind of girl. I had used like the Longchamp bag, which is a tote bag before. I had always generally stuck with totes. So when I knew I wanted a crossbody, and I had searched for so long to see if I could find a cheaper alternative for a crossbody, and I did find one from Kate Spade. However, it is not my favorite. It is not very big, but it does work for when I need to like go somewhere like a concert or something and I don't want anything to happen to this, of course. Even though I don't baby it per se, I don't put it in situations where it could get damaged. I use like cheaper bags for that. I got that Kate Spade crossbody for like 60 bucks on sale on her website. So anyway, when I got this bag, I really wasn't sure how I would feel about having such a small bag. I had actually had the Louis Vuitton Favorite MM like a few years back, and I ended up returning that because it just didn't feel big enough. But now that I have been using this, honestly, I really don't reach for my Neverfull as much. I do when I need to like lug a bunch of stuff around. So I do still use that, don't get me wrong. I use that thing every single day until I got this, except for obviously, you know, certain occasions. But anyway, so since I've gotten used to using this, honestly, I just love crossbodies. So many bags on my wish list are smaller bags. I think they are just so cute, and you can honestly get away with just carrying around this stuff, at least for me. Now, I will say that when I do need to carry my laptop or like my planner, I will just bring like another bag, whether it be a backpack. I have a Vera Bradley backpack. I'll just shove all my school stuff in there, or I'll use like another tote bag just to carry that around, because typically if I'm bringing that stuff around, it's literally only going from like my house to work to my boyfriend's house. I'm not lugging that stuff like out in public, so I can get away with bringing that separate and then using this as like my going on errands, going out, that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside. I do keep it stuffed. I actually just use like stuffed animals sometimes for it. But on the inside, it is this like nice tan suede material. There is one little pocket, which I never use. I don't know why. I don't want it to get stretched out and get in the way and possibly get torn. But the inside of the bag honestly still looks pretty good. I don't think I have any major marks. There's a little bit of dust, but I have no like staining or anything, knock on wood. And like I said, I don't put anything in here that could like risk it. I usually keep everything in a pouch. I don't put a pen in here because I have like a pen pouch that I keep with my planner in my backpack or whatever. So I don't let anything that could loosely damage this, and I really don't carry around makeup or anything. So I am going to show you what I do keep in this, and I will like turn the camera so you can see. But it does hold quite a bit, honestly. I was very, very surprised on what all this fits, but it is a very roomy bag. Like, even people say about the Soho Disco that it holds a ton. So, you know, this definitely holds a lot for sure. So I'm gonna show you everything I put in it, and I think even with the items I'm putting in here, I could definitely fit more. I just, you know, you want to be able to like grab for things. So let me try to angle the camera so you can see the inside of the bag, and then I will load it up and we will finish up. Alright, so here we have the bag. I'm sorry if the angle is not the best, but I have my Toiletry 15 from Louis Vuitton. In here I keep just like, you know, Advil, lip gloss, hand sanitizer, you know, just like little odd and end things that I don't want loose in the bag. So that fits in here perfectly. Let me show you. Perfect. Then I have my key clay from Louis Vuitton. I keep like my extra credit cards or rewards cards in this. This will slide in perfectly as well. I keep my wireless Powerbeats Pro, and the case is quite bulky. That is the one thing I don't like about these, but I love the headphones, so, and I always have to have them with me. I always have them with me. That will fit in here no problem, down on the side. Then I have my Louis Vuitton Victorine wallet, and that can fit in here no problem as well. Like so. And then I could top my little travel wet brush right on top, and it all fits and will zip up no problem. It's not overstuffed, it's not bulging, it is perfect. I don't like to overstuff my bag, so it holds everything I could need. Honestly, I could technically maybe even forego the brush, or I could leave this out if I wanted to and fit other things. And even with all this stuff, I could easily fit a pair of sunglasses in here too, which I don't typically wear sunglasses that often because I wear glasses, but that is everything that fits in this bag. Alright, so now that I showed you everything that fits in the bag, it honestly holds a ton. I could even fit a couple more like small things in my toiletry pouch, and even in like the cracks, like if I wanted to throw like a hair tie in there, I could. Sunglasses could fit, but it just holds everything I needed to, and it is great. I am so happy with this bag. I really do love it. I really want to get the mini version of this in like the dusty rose color, but that will probably be like farther off. It's a little bit lower on the wish list since I do have this style already. But I really just love this bag. I'm really happy with how it's held up. I know the Marmont trend is maybe kind of like tapering off. Like this was a huge trend like when these first came out. I was obviously a little bit late to the party since I've had this for a year now, but I still think it's a beautiful bag, and I love the chevron. I think, is that what they call that? Chevron? Whatever that detailing is, I really love it. Love the hardware. Even though I don't really wear gold, I don't feel like it's a big deal. I don't match my jewelry to it. As you can see, I'm wearing silver. I have like these little pearls in. All my jewelry is usually silver, but I don't feel like it's a problem. I feel like it works. I love this. And I love how the gold is more of like a, it's like a muted gold. It's not so gold, like yellow gold in your face, even though it is technically a yellow gold. But overall, if you were thinking about getting this bag, I definitely recommend it. If you can snag it in Europe, if you're in the US and you go to Europe, obviously nobody's traveling really right now, but when things go back to normal, if you can get it in Europe, I definitely recommend that because you do save a bit of money. But even in the US, I still recommend it. Like I said, I want to get the mini one in the dusty rose color. So obviously I do quite enjoy the bag. Now I just want to remind you again that this is the small size. I will put all the information about it in the description box below. But yes, so that is it for my like what fits and 1 year wear and tear update on my Gucci Marmont in the small size. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe before you go so you don't miss any future videos. And that is it. I will quit rambling and close off this video. So I hope that you guys have a great day and I will see you in the next one. Bye!